Yeah, good morning, everyone. I think we can start now. And in front of us, we have the NDX chart, Nasdaq 100 index. And let's discuss the index first, NDX, TSX, and then we will move to different stocks. And I will start picking a few stocks from you and few I'm going to share from my side. So let's start with NDX. The NDX, as you can see on the screen, NDX closed on 12,258 level, and this level is like really crucial for the stock in a sense. Like last time when it reached this level of 12,250 plus, it wasn't able to sustain, although it went till the level of 400 and it broke 300 and then 400, but it wasn't able to sustain it, and it fell down drastically again back to its level of 11,000, 11,037, or roughly you can say around 11,000 level. So it stayed there for a few sessions, and then like one more time it made a attempt to break that previous level but couldn't do, and the third time also it couldn't do. Now it's the fourth time it has given breakout, but it could be a false breakout. We need to see whether the index sustains these levels, because last two times it couldn't even break, and then last time and the first time it wasn't able to sustain. So now again we are in the same situation. If you can focus here on this level, you can see these levels are these levels are a little bit important levels. I was trying to draw up this level, and this level here are the important levels. And RSI, you also see RSI is also at the peak level 63, and the three time it wasn't able to break this level. So now the thing is RSI is again at the same level where it can face resistance, and the index is also the same. So what we need to do, we need to see the index in the morning, check the futures in the pre-market, and see morning index how it is behaving for 15-20 minutes, and then you can plan your trades, but don't plan it very earlier. So wait for the index to see how it opens, and then you can carry on with that. So that was a brief overview of NDX, and NDX has a resistance, keep in mind. So let's see where it goes. Now let's quickly go through the TSX. Okay, TSX, last time we discussed the TSX is actually behaving like more positively as compared to the NDX these days, and which is and this trend is like continued. So this trend is continued, and the index has been positive for last so many sessions, like more than a week. It has been in a continuous phase from 16,000. As soon as it crossed 16,000 level, it had only 3 red days and multiple green days. So the resistance for the NDX is uh, again 17,960, and the good thing is that it has a gap between these levels, 17,500 to 17,800, and it seems that this time it can fill this gap. So index is moving towards the new resistance level of 17,960, and currently it is at around 17,400 roughly. So still we have like more space of 500 where index can go. The downside is that like the RSI is in overbought zone. It may take a little correction, but that will be just a correction, not anything negative for the market. So overall view of the market is positive for the NDX as well and the TSX as well. So you can take your trades, and I don't see any negativity over the long run for the index overall. And the next levels which we are looking for are 17,960 level, or you can roughly say around 18,000. So it will go near about 18,000 in the coming days. So that was a brief overview of the indices for TSX and NDX. Now I think we can move forward with few other stocks. So I will take shop, and then we will take some other tickers from your side. So let's start with the shop. I'll rather take the Canadian one because most of us deal in Canadian shop. So I'm gonna take that. Okay, guys. Anyone holding shop other than Aditya? Guys, anyone holding shop? Okay, Aditya is holding this.
Yep, only me, I think so.
Okay, yeah. Aditya is holding it. Okay, that's good. So shop, as we discussed previously, the next level for the shop is 1460. Let me remove these lines. I think this will be much easier for you to understand. These lines we do last time, if you remember, and the stock is moving in the same pattern. Look, this line was drawn in our last Zoom session. This one, and this trend. So the stock is exactly going in the same way as we analyzed in our last session. So the next level for the stock is 1460. But as we discussed previously, there is a little resistance at 1350 level. And in the last session, we saw that level. Stock touched 1350, but it couldn't sustain at those levels. That's why we see this shape candle. This is like a dodgy candle. And let me show you for that. So it had a gap up opening, but it wasn't able to sustain that. That's why the shape is like a little bit red. So our trading on the Monday morning will be more important. So if the stock is red again, then it might fall back to 1300 levels. This is what the stock is doing previously. But if it is green, then it has like more chances of going towards 1460. And RSI is also showing a resistance level, the resistance, so it has to break this one. So if this level is broken, then 1460 is very near. So Monday session is important. If it is green, it can, and it crosses like 1350 1360 levels with volumes, then 1400 will be the next one. But if it doesn't, then it might come back again to the level of 1300. So wait for the Monday morning, and then you will see how this stock is behaving, and you can plan your trades. But I would say like those who are holding it from 1200 1250 levels, they bought it earlier. So it's advisable to hold on to the stock till it goes to 1450. Or what you can do, you can sell like 50% here, 50, realize your 50% profit at 1350 levels. And if it takes a dip, so use use that capital to rebuy it again from 1300, or like if it goes even below, you can use that 1280 levels again. Or if it doesn't fall below and it goes above, so 50% you are already holding it, so you can make profit from the remaining 50%. Okay, so that was shop. Okay, I'm taking the next one from the EV stocks. I will take Kindi. Okay, not many people know about the stock maybe, but I think we discussed that stock not in the last week, in the session before that. So this stock has been doing well previously when Tesla and all the EV stocks started going up. So it also picked a momentum, and it started trading at a little bit higher volumes as compared to the volumes before. So the journey really started from here in July. So when the stock made a high of 16, and then it fell back and went into a consolidation phase for a long time, and then again when the Tesla started moving, so it also started to pick up. So it has a resistance at 16 level 60 at a level of 1660. And I need to admit someone. Someone is there. Okay, I think drop. Okay, so it has a level resistance level at 1660. And now last time 3 days back, it rested that level of 1660 but couldn't sustain and fell back again. See the beauty of this technical analysis. It was like almost predicted, you can say, or almost like analyzed that it has a strong tendency that it can fall back again. And it fell back again from the same levels. See this wick, and the body. The body is, although it has a very big body, the body is small here, but from the upper side, the both candles resemble the same level of wick at the same price level. So it fell down again, and then there was a little bit bounce back, and in the last session again it was in the downtrend. So watch out this stock and include it in your watch list. These are definitely not the buying levels for this stock. Wait for this stock till the RSI cools down and you see the RSI at uh, somewhere around these levels. So when RSI hits like 40 and below, that could be your entry point. So not here. And at that point, most probably the price will be somewhere around 10. So this line will now act as a support. So 10.24 could be a possible support level for this stock. And see, we have a gap here. So a little bit gap, not huge one. So this gap can be filled in when it is taking a downside, a downward journey. So wait for this stock till it reaches near about like 10, and then you can plan your trades and you can enter it with a small quantity, not a big one, not more than 10% of your portfolio. So include it in your watch list, and then you may make some good profits in the future. And these days the volumes has also gone down, RSI is coming down, price is coming down. So definitely a big no to buy at this point of time. It's going to be very, very risky. So wait till it reaches a level of 10. So this was one of the EV stock, and then since we have started discussing EV stocks, let's discuss few more as well. Okay, XPEV. XPEV is a rather new stock and it has gained momentum and it has been trading extremely well in the last few days, but currently it has undergone some correction. So see this one, the last candle from 57 to almost 73. That was a huge spike in this stock on that day, and it was continuously up for last three sessions, and and now for the last three sessions it is going down. So this is also one of the good stocks to just include in the watch list these days, and then you can make good profits in the coming days when it falls below after it has undergone correction. So the correction is due in the stock. So again, if that when the RSI has pulled down at the level of 45 and the stock comes down somewhere around the levels of 40s, or you to be on the safer side, 30s. 30s can be a little bit tough for this time. So first support level can be this one. So I will remove these because these ones are not now relevant. So this one I will keep it as a resistance. This can serve as a resistance here at this level, and this one gonna remove. So the next support level for this stock is 47, and then a minor support at a level of 36, and then this one. Let me draw a Fibonacci ratio here. Let's see what the Fibonacci says. So we'll take this point and we'll take the highest one here. Let's remove these red ones. Okay, as per the Fibonacci, the support level at 78%, at 78% at 60% retracement is at 70% retracement is 60, and the next one comes to 51. But from the manual which we draw just now was 45. This one at a 50% retracement, and then the next one at 40. So 40 to 45 can be a buying range. This range can be a buying range for this stock, and not I don't think not anything before that. So this can be at these levels could be the buy areas, like somewhere around 40 to 45, not more than 45. So this can act as a good one. So but buy in a small quantity. So this is also one of the stocks that has gained momentum in last few days when all the EV stocks were on fire. Okay, this one, and then there's another one for the EV stock. This is almost the same. So they, if you can see, they are predicting almost the same pattern. See the RSI levels. RSI levels are the same, and the stock movement in the last 3 days is red almost. This is green somehow in the middle of the day, but the other three which we saw, Kindi was also I think green in the middle. So almost the same pattern. KND and XPEV are depicting this. They pertain to the same industry and they are giving you the almost the same patterns. So let's draw Fibonacci here as well. So again, there is look for this stock around the level of 30 when the RSI has cooled down. RSI gonna come here some where these levels or these levels. This can be a good 42. So you are previously also we said 42, and in this stock also we are looking for a cool down effect of RSI till it cools down, and you can see the price level. Last time when it touched here, the price level was although very low, but this time it won't be that low at this RSI, this level of RSI. So somewhere around 30 can be a good point. 30 to 35, this can be a good buying range for this stock. And if it breaks 30, then the next level is 26. But I don't see this 26 coming in the near future. But 30 can be easily possible. So watch out for this stock for the levels of 30s and include this in your watch list. So these were the few stocks for the EV side, and then I'm taking Tesla. Let's see how Tesla is doing, although we all know how Tesla is doing now. Let's go to Tesla and see. So the Tesla stock is like outperforming these days, but at this particular point of time, it has gone extremely risky. Why I'm saying so is like it has given a closing at a level of 585. So so 585 was the closing level. And this closing level, actually, when the stock was trading in the pre-market on the last session, the Friday, it touched lows of around 562 and the highs were around 587. Let's see, take the exact values here. So it opened at 581, but in the pre-market, it is not showing the pre-market data here. In the pre-market, I was observing it very closely. In the pre-market, it touched around 562, although the last day closing was like 574. And the post market it gained $1 more, so 575 you would say. So from 575 to 562 in the pre-market, and that was a little bit alarming situation because of the news. I'll share with the news that Tesla has recalled few of the vehicles. I think around 115,000 vehicles. Yep, this was US agency opens broke into 115,000 vehicles over suspension issue. So this news was going on, and there was a downside in the market for this stock, and it made a low of 562, but it then started picking up. So why I'm saying you this is like in this session also, there in the pre-market there was a downside. The stock was trading low, although during the market it picked up again. In this session also there was the same pattern observed. Pre-market it was 10 $12 down, and then it picked up till 595, and it couldn't sustain these levels. This is very important, guys. So see the shape of the candles. Here, there is no upper wick. There's a very tiny one, a small one here, and nil. There's no upper wick at all. Since it started going up for the last session, see these wicks. The wicks are like a smaller one, a normal usual one, no wick at all, minor, minimal. And then this wick is like the bigger. So it has formed a bigger wick, which means there is an upside rejection. It made a high tail, I think 598. So 598 was the higher, yeah, 598.78 was the high which Tesla made in the last session. So this is like a situation where we have to see and analyze and maybe rebuild a trading strategy on Tesla, because 600 level seems to be a psychological resistance. Although we don't have any past data, because these are the new highs for the Tesla, we can't do a back testing to say, okay, this will be a resistance level at this point of time. We can't do that, unfortunately, because these are the new highs for the Tesla. But 600 level seems to be a psychological resistance for this stock. See 500, this round figure, this is only just a round figure which we are saying that it can act as a resistance. See the level of 500. 500, it stayed there. 500 was also the same thing. Although we had the 500, when the Tesla opened after the split, it was like around 500 level. So at 500 we have like some sort of not 100% psychological thing, but we had back testing and 500 could act as a resistance that was being foreseen by the analysts, and it did so. So next day it wasn't able to break that level, and it was a red day for the stock. But the very next day it gap up opening, and it's continued its journey. So the same pattern can be observed here. Number one, psychological resistance. Number two, the upside price rejection. Number three, the RSI is like in the overbought area. So maybe it undergo a little correction on the next session. So pre-market data will be important. And the last 2 days, as I mentioned you, last 2 days in the pre-market, the stock is going down actually. So it is in the last session it made a downside of $13, and unfortunately it was like up in the market in both these days. But Monday, you never know, because now we have a third important factor of psychological resistance of 600 level. If it breaks, so what could be the strategy on this if you want to enter now? So I would say just wait for this stock, either it breaks 600 and sustains there. This can be one strategy. The other one could be just wait and watch. If it is undergoing correction, let it go down, and when it settles down at some point of time and starts picking up again, so that can be a re-entry level. So Monday morning, just wait and watch how the stock is doing, how the market is responding. If it is shooting up, so don't jump blindly. It crosses 600, maybe it cross, and then the important thing is that it has to sustain those levels. If it is crossing and then falling down again, and you bought at the 605 610 level, but it fell down again to 590s, so that won't be a good idea. So wait for this stock to make at least first a few candles, like at least like 15 minutes, although you might see like in the 15 minutes you have lost a major share of the profit that you could have earned if you entered like in at the very first minute. But that would be very risky, although it is risky in all days for each and every stock to enter in like in the first minutes or first 2 3 minutes. You need to watch the trend of the market and the behavior where the stock and the market is going to. So but in this particular case, I think it is really important to watch this stock on the coming on Monday for the first few minutes and see the trend. Okay, that's all about Tesla, and I'm taking last one from my side, and then I will start picking up from you. Link is actually, this is linked to EV stocks, if I'm not wrong. This is like a charging, so for the electrical charging. So why I'm sharing you that is like in the last few sessions, it has picked momentum, and it started trading really well after the all EV stocks were on fire. So it also uh, took some heat of that. So now currently it is under correction. So this can be the next buying level for this 12, 12.6, or if we go a little down, so around these levels. So 11.5 to 12.6 could be a buying range. So in this range, you can look for this stock, and mm, by that time RSI will also be cooled off. So sorry, remove that. Come on. Okay, so I was applying it here, the Fib ratio. Okay, as for the Fibonacci retracement, 23 can act as a support level, yes, because the last time it bounced back from here, and the last 2 days it is going up, but still this 27 level is acting as a resistance level, exactly the same way uh, the candle is showing us. The candle is also showing us upside rejection here, and 28 as a resistance level, although this level is not so strong. The strong support it has is at the level of 12.88. Let's see if it goes there, or maybe if after it has taken a correction and starts its upward journey again, so you can plan your trade in this. So I have shared with you a few of the EV stocks that are particularly worth watching at this point of time. But at this point of time, I don't recommend the entry in those, but still wait for the right time to enter and buy in small quantities on each dip, and the whole investment in those stocks shouldn't be more than your 10% of your portfolio, and you have to strictly abide by these rules. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm done with the stocks that I wanted to share with you this morning, and now I can start picking up from your side. Okay, guys, let me know from where to start, and then we can take it forward.
Hi,
Yes,
Tahir.
guys. Yep. Hi.
Yeah, so hi. So can you also cover SBE? It's also for electric vehicle charging.
Okay. Mm, can you repeat that? Sticker? S?
SBE.
SBE. Okay. Switchback Energy
Yes,
Acquisition
yes.
Corp. Okay. Almost all the energy ones, EV stocks are showing the same pattern. Almost. Okay. So for this also, we don't have any back testing. It is relatively a new stock, and it has picked up very quickly from September. Okay, so this one is acting this level of 40 again, some sort of psychological resistance for this stock because of the round numbers, and then it it has a gap here. So this gap is like very dangerous because it has had a gap up openings for this session and this session, so it can fill up the gap. So the good buying levels should be around these ones. This can be the first one, and then the second one somewhere around like 18 to 20 can be a good buying area for this, because see how sharply it has gone up. If the stock goes up this much sharply without undergoing any correction in the way, it falls down sharply as well. So this you should be aware of, because for those particular guys who deal in the penny stocks, they are like very well aware of this. Like it makes like 30% jump in one day, and the next day is like 25% downfall. So they are very well aware of these patterns of the stocks or these movements. So this is like this is almost in the same trend. So wait for this stock till it goes until it takes correction. But now on the other side, see the overall picture in the market for the EV stocks. Tesla being the favorite of everyone, Tesla is currently at a psychological resistance. Just try to analyze the market of the EV industry or the EV industry. Tesla is at psychological resistance. All the remaining stocks of the same industry are following the same pattern. For last 2 3 days, they are down. And previous to those 3 days, they were all up. So last 3 days, all down. Tesla also down. And Monday, if Tesla goes up, these other ones might start picking up. Might, because for the last 3 days Tesla was although up, but these were not up. So, but on the flip side, if Tesla goes down, these all will go down. So there is some sort of like correlation, I would say, between these stock, and all are showing you almost the same pattern. So wait for this one, and don't risk your hard-earned money on these stocks uh, in the next week, unless they take some correction or gives a very clear breakout on the upper side and sustains there. So this one, just to summarize on this, it has a gap and it can be really filled. So best levels to look for this stock should be around 18 to 20. And let's see what the Fibonacci says here. So Fibonacci it's 28 levels. 28 can act as as a support. Last time it was a resistance because of this upside price rejection. So 28 levels, and then the safest levels will be around this 20, which we are predicting, but it might take a long time to reach that levels. But who knows what is going to happen in the coming days. And NDX, as I showed you in the beginning, NDX is at its resistance levels, although it has given a breakout, but the matter is, let's see if it sustains those levels, because the last time when it gave a breakout, that proved to be a false breakout and it wasn't able to sustain there. So this one analyze the situation altogether. NDX at resistance, EV stocks showing a correction in the market. So analyze it all together. So I would say Monday should be a day to watch the EV stocks rather than investing more in it, or if you're already holding these stocks, if you are getting good gains at these psychological resistance levels, book your profits and come out and wait for the next move. Okay, so this one, I think we covered that, and okay, let's wait for the next. Maybe we got disconnected in 4 minutes, so we can rejoin again using the same link. But till then, let's continue. Okay, the next one, guys.
Hey Tahir,
Yeah,
if you can look at for Micron and RIOT, RIOT.
Micron, Micron. What's the ticker for this? Micron Leasing,
So MU is the ticker.
Micron Technology, Nasdaq. The technology stocks are actually doing very, very well. So since we enter technology, so now we can take few more technology stocks. So this one seems now here at the resistance level of 64. Look at the RSI. RSI wasn't able to cross these levels, 78. Some 78 levels and 64 seems to be resistance. And then we have a gap up. So this gap can be filled in. So next level that we are looking for this stock are 58. And before that, a little support at 61. So 61 and then 58. If it falls below 61, the next levels are 58, and this is going to be quicker than this one. So this can be these levels should be taken care of. And let's draw a pattern where it is going. Previously it was in this channel, it was moving here, and it came out of this channel, and the next channel which it made was this one. This is the next channel for this stock, and it is undergoing this channel. So let's zoom out and see how it is doing. Okay, any back testing? Yes, there is a resistance at the same level. See these level 64. 64 seems to be a resistance before as well, and this time as well uh, it is respecting that resistance level. 64 being resistance, 61 is the support, and if the supports is broken, the next levels are very, very near the next level of 58 because of this gap. So these are the levels you can look for. So for the fresh entry at this point, it's not recommended because of the RSI. RSI is like overbought, overheated. So when it cools down and you see this RSI coming somewhere around these levels, 44, that can be that at that point of time the price will also be down, and that at that point of time you can plan your trade to enter here, but not before that. I hope that clarifies. Micron support, resistance, entry levels, and entry levels below entry levels around 58. RSI would have cooled down. Yep, I think that can be a good one. And let's look at the earnings. Earnings 0.51 in Jan, not so near. So before that, it can take maybe another 1 or 2 turns. Yes, okay, so let's move on to the next. I have a chat box here, a message from someone. LTE and Air Canada. Okay, LTE. Okay, we are covering at this point of time tech stocks, and after that I'll move to Air Canada, aviation ones. So LTE, I hope this is also tech. Yeah, LTE access. What has happened to this stock? 0.29. Guys, stop trading in penny stocks, please. You have so many options.